If Brazil loses, Neymar has everything to lose because it's like, these guys won it without you and you came in here and still couldn't win it. Boom. Wikipedia wouldn't say, well, there's an asterisk here. Well, he didn't do so because I think Wikipedia is harsh. Wikipedia is black and white. Wikipedia will say, no, 0 international trophies. That's what Wikipedia will say. Here we are. The big one. I mean, first of all, thank you to the streets. And I have to reiterate my thanks to Emiliano Martinez for his amazing saves, because I think this is what we needed. I think, we needed this. We needed this for the narratives. This channel lives off, breathes off, and survives. Like, the only reason why this channel survives is because of the narratives. Without the narratives, the channel would not exist, because that is what separates this channel from every other football channel, is that this is about the storylines, this is about the narratives, and this is about what the narratives can be with regards to the pantheon of football, because we're all about who's the horseman, who's the greatest, how many trophies have you won, what have you achieved, and that is what this channel is based off of. So this game is important. Because this game is important for Neymar in terms of you have to win something major for Brazil. I don't care how many freaking records you break. Can you stop tweeting me with those irrelevant records that Neymar has broke? Because it means nothing. Pele has 2 World Cups, technically 3, but really 2. He's got 2 World Cups. Neymar doesn't have freaking 1. So let's just see what you do in freaking Qatar next year. But can I get a Copa America? Because remember, these guys won a Copa without you, and we'll get to that there. And for where Messi is concerned, it is what it is. We know what it's about. It's about can I finally win a trophy for my country. And I have said that it would be really bad for football. It would be really bad for football if Messi went all the way through and was never able to win a World Cup. Was never able to win a major trophy for Argentina. That would not look good. And the Messi fanboys can talk about Higuain, they can talk about Nico, they can talk about all these dudes. Wikipedia is harsh, because Wikipedia wouldn't say, well, there's an asterisk here. Well, he didn't do so because I think Wikipedia is harsh. Wikipedia is black and white. Wikipedia will say, no, 0 international trophies. That's what Wikipedia will say. Wikipedia will have all the stuff that you Messi fanboys say on the stratosphere. So let's look at the reality of this. This is the weakest Brazil team I've ever seen. This is weaker than the 2010 team. Shout out to Dunga for not picking Ronaldinho, you piece of crap. This is the weakest Brazil team. They don't have a striker. Jesus isn't who I thought it was. Richarlison, along with Carrasco, form the 2 dumbest players in football right now. And they are dependent upon Neymar and this kid Paqueta. This is Paqueta dude who obviously I remember from Milan. I think he's at Lyon now. These are the 2 guys who pretty much form the main fulcrum of the attack. Obviously helped with Lodi, helped with Danilo as well, but really the creative imagination, the lifeblood is through Neymar and Paqueta. So, but with as far as this may be the weakest Brazil team, this is a very strong defense. And I do believe, I've said this, Thiago Silva is still money. And I think that, when he's fit and he's fully healthy, he's still an extremely good defender. And I believe that if he had not moved to PSG and to Uber Eats, he would have been far more regarded as one of the best defenders of the generation. But he made the move to Uber Eats. Marquinhos is the most underrated player in the world. I think because his name isn't really well known and so forth, people don't give him enough credit. Despite us scoring crucial goals for PSG, this guy's consistency, because remember, he moved from midfield to central defense, similar to what Pepe did. But how good he is as a central defender in terms of he hardly makes any mistakes. He makes clutch tackles. His positioning is great. He's got great composure. Doesn't rely on having to use recovery because he's always in the right place at the right time. He is an excellent defender. And I think with those 2 will make it very difficult to penetrate. Now, I'm not sure that Alisson may be injured or so forth, because I don't have my worry about Edison Moraes. But when he doesn't go crazy, he's still a very good keeper who can make very good saves. So defensively, Brazil are very good, and you also have Fred there as well as a buffer. Boom. Where Argentina are concerned is this team actually does look pretty good. it does look pretty good, but it isn't as watertight or as robust as that 2014 team. Because that 2014 team, where you had Garay, Mascherano, really helped give Argentina just a bit of cement and solidity that they had. Now, a major miss is Romero, who is missing. And Romero obviously has been a super defender for Atalanta. So with him missing, you've got your boy Lotamendi up in that piece. Don't really have much faith in that dude. But I think that for Argentina, what is going to be very key is the third wheel. So Martinez is going to start alongside Messi. Do you start with Di Maria? Because he's older legs, do you now save him to perhaps bring him off the bench? And then do you maybe roll with Papu Gomez? So maybe Scaloni is thinking 4D chess. There may come a situation where we are either losing the game or it's all square and Di Maria can come on and we now have him for like 10, 15, 20 minutes to try and change the course of the game. Rather than if I start with him, he's giving me 20, 30, 60 minutes. He's fully tired because he doesn't have the legs anymore, and I've got to replace him with Papu Gomez or dare I say Nico Gonzalez. So maybe the move to make is to start with Papu Gomez and then bring in Di Maria, whether Argentina are losing or whether it's all square. Because I doubt that there will be a position where Argentina are winning. Or rather, I doubt that there'll be a position where Argentina are winning the game with like 10, 15 minutes to go. That will be very doubtful. So Di Maria will need to come on to either win the game or to get Argentina back into the game. I think like for Brazil, know they're the stronger team. And I think what Brazil know is specifically the attack in NEYMAR and Paqueta and so forth is, look, if we score, and even let's say we score twice, because Argentina will not score more than a goal against this Brazil defense. I think I can give Argentina one goal. I can give them one goal. I can't give them more than one goal against this defense, because this defense is watertight. And I think Argentina doesn't have Batistuta, because Martinez is good. And we already know that Messi is balling out. But the beauty of what Batistuta was a clinical, reliant finisher. You give him a chance, he will score. Lautaro Martinez is not a striker, he's an attacking midfielder. Messi is an all-encompassing player, especially with this team, he's okay. I've got to look at the creativity, the playmaking. Whereas that Batistuta only had to worry about finishing, and that was it. But Messi has to worry about the creating, the passing, the link play, and all, because he has to do so much stuff and think that he can score goals. But look, but it is what it is. It's the final. The hashtag lives of no excuses, and the streets, because I speak to the streets wants Messi to win this. And I think Messi winning this would be a great football story because, again, it's maybe his last Copa America. And I think this is going to be his last realistic chance to win something major with Argentina. These guys are not sniffing a World Cup next year in Qatar. For where Brazil are concerned, Neymar, you have to win this. And it's weird because for me, Neymar has more to lose than Messi. Because if Messi loses, it's like as you were, should have done it in 2016. If Brazil loses, Neymar has everything to lose because it's like these guys won it without you and he came in here and he still couldn't win it. Boom. But I think for Brazil, again, if they keep it firm, keep it physical, know their fouls, get hard on Messi. Because remember, South America, you can go much harder, much more physical. So they put someone on Messi, gets hard on Messi, gets physical on him. It may be an idea to maybe get Casemiro to do a job on Messi and just follow him around wherever he goes. Because if you stop Messi, you stop the supply chain to Martinez or Nico Gonzalez or whatsoever. Because Messi is going to be roaming around and Messi will want the ball, drive the ball, and look to make those quick, interesting passes to try and open up something. So if Brazil stop that, basically if Brazil stop Messi, then it puts pressure on the other Argentine players to not try and step up and do something. So Brazil have to enforce their physicality onto this game, which they can allow to because of the way South American football is refereed. And again, for Neymar, I think for Neymar, it's about Neymar working with Paqueta. Do what you can with Jesus. I think Firmino would be a smarter play because, again, Richarlison is garbage. But if you put Firmino in there, I think Firmino with Paqueta and Neymar, there's enough brains, creativity, and intelligence there to really open up Argentina. And I think if Neymar can really get on the ball, combined with Paqueta and with Lodi on the left, they can open up Argentina, specifically if you've got Otamendi in that defense. So then there's going to be a lot of pressure on Emiliano Martinez having to make some very key saves. And it's very hard to make an argument for Argentina here because Brazil Whether their crowds or no crowds, because they're going to be 5,000 fans. Brazil know that they're on the home soil. Forget about fans or no fans. They're on the home soil, and it's their fiercest rivals. So, and they will know what it means. Because losing to Germany at the crib 7-1 is one thing. Losing to your sworn rivals, that's a different level of f-topness. So I don't think they'll allow that to happen. So, for me, this could be like 1-1 penalties. It could be 1-1 penalties. So I'm probably going to say 1-1. Because I was thinking 2-1. I'm flexed between 2-1 Brazil and 1-1 it goes to penalties. But because if it goes to penalties, Argentina will lose. If you check the records, teams very rarely win 2 penalty shootouts in the same tournament. So I'm gonna say 1-1 penalties. Brazil win on penalties. There you go. That's my final answer. Brazil win on penalties, and that's where we go. So guys, remember to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/HappyPods. Link is below in the description box, and join me for what should hopefully be an epic watch along of Messi against Neymar. We ride. One love. Become a Patreon member. Get access to exclusive videos and also get access to the podcast of the Saturday and the Sunday hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfwop to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.